The phone vibrated on the nightstand, a sharp buzz slicing through the quiet of the bedroom. My heart lurched as I read the notification glowing in the dark. Wedding's still on, but I'm spending the last few nights before with my ex. The words burned into my retinas, each syllable a jagged edge twisting in my chest. I sat up, the sheets pooling around my waist, the air suddenly too thick to breathe. My fiancée Elise was downstairs, humming softly as she folded laundry. The normalcy of it felt obscene. I reread the text, my thumb hovering over the screen, as if touching it might make the words rearrange into something less devastating. My mind scrambled for context, for some innocent explanation, but the timestamp, 11:47 p.m., mocked me. She'd sent it 20 minutes ago, while I was half asleep, dreaming of our vows. The room spun, the shadows of the ceiling fan slicing through the moonlight like a guillotine. Was this a mistake? A cruel joke? Or had the woman I loved, the woman I'd built a future with, just confessed to shattering it? I padded downstairs barefoot, the hardwood cold against my soles. The living room was dim, lit only by the flicker of a lavender-scented candle on the coffee table. Elise sat cross-legged on the couch, folding one of my old t-shirts, her auburn hair catching the light like a halo. She looked up, her smile soft, unguarded. "Couldn't sleep?" she asked, her voice warm, oblivious to the storm in my chest. I opened my mouth, but the words caught, heavy as wet cement. Instead, I held up the phone, the screen's glow casting harsh shadows across her face. Her smile faltered, then froze. "What's this, Elise?" My voice was low, trembling, a stranger's. She set the t-shirt down slowly, her hands lingering on the fabric as if it could anchor her. "What do you mean?" she asked, but her eyes darted to the phone and I saw it. The flicker of guilt, quick as a spark, before she masked it with confusion. "This text. From you. To me. About spending nights with your ex." Each word felt like spitting glass. "Explain it. Now." Her lips parted, but no sound came. The silence stretched, thick with the hum of the refrigerator in the kitchen, the distant tick of the clock. Her fingers twisted in her lap, and I noticed her engagement ring, my grandmother's, reset with a sapphire because Elise loved blue, catching the candlelight. It looked wrong now, like a prop in a play gone off script. "It's not what you think," she said finally, her voice barely above a whisper. She stood crossing her arms, her bare feet shifting on the rug. "It's complicated." "Complicated?" I laughed, a bitter, hollow sound that made her flinch. "We're getting married in 3 days, Elise." 3 days? And you're texting me about your ex? What's complicated about that? She took a step toward me, then stopped, as if an invisible wall had risen between us. "It's not about feelings for him, Matt. It's not like that. It's closure." Closure. My voice cracked, anger and disbelief tangling in my throat. "You need closure with Derek 2 nights before our wedding? What kind of closure requires nights?" Her eyes glistened, but she didn't cry. She never cried, not even when we fought, which was rare. That restraint, that quiet strength, was one of the things I'd loved about her. Now it felt like a shield. "You don't understand," she said, her voice steadier now. "Derek's been reaching out. He's struggling. He needed to see me, to talk. I didn't want to tell you because I knew you'd overreact." Overreact. I stepped closer, the phone still clenched in my hand. "You're sneaking around with your ex, and I'm overreacting? Did you meet him already? Did you?" My voice broke, the question too heavy to finish. The image of her with him, laughing, touching, sharing secrets, clawed at my mind. "No," she said quickly, her hands raised as if to push the accusation away. "I haven't seen him. Not yet. I was going to tell you tomorrow, I swear. I didn't want to hurt you." The words landed like a slap. "Not yet." My knees buckled, and I sank onto the arm of the couch, the phone slipping from my hand to the cushion. The room felt smaller, the walls pressing in, the air sour with the scent of lavender and betrayal. I thought of the past week, her late nights at work, her distracted glances, the way she'd pull away when I kissed her, blaming stress. Red flags I'd ignored, rationalized because I trusted her, because I loved her. "Matt," she said, kneeling in front of me, her hands hovering near mine but not touching. "I love you. This isn't about love. Derek's in a bad place. He's been spiraling since we broke up, and I feel responsible. I just need to make sure he's okay before we start our life together. Her words were earnest, her eyes pleading, but they felt hollow, like a script rehearsed too many times. I remembered Derek, tall, charming, with a laugh that filled rooms. They'd dated for 3 years before we met, and she'd always spoken of him with a quiet respect, never bitterness. I'd admired that, her ability to let go without resentment. Now I wondered if she'd ever let go at all. Why didn't you tell me? I asked, my voice barely audible. If it's so innocent, why hide it? She looked away, her jaw tightening. Because I knew you wouldn't understand. You've always been jealous of him. Jealous? I stood, pacing the room, my bare feet slapping the hardwood. I trusted you, Elise. I didn't care about your past. But this? This is you choosing him over me, days before our wedding. That's not true, she shouted, standing now, her voice sharp with desperation. I'm choosing us. I'm trying to close that chapter, so we can start fresh. You're twisting this into something it's not. Am I? I stopped, facing her, my heart pounding so hard I thought it might crack my ribs. Then why the text? Why say you're spending nights with him? What am I supposed to think? Her silence was louder than any answer. She hugged herself, her shoulders hunching, and for the first time, I saw fear in her eyes, not of me, but of something unraveling inside her. The candle flickered, casting long shadows that danced across her face, and I wondered who she was in that moment. The woman I loved, or a stranger wearing her skin. I don't know what to say, she whispered. I didn't mean for it to sound like that. I need to see him. One last time. The words hung between us, heavy, final. I wanted to scream, to shake her, to demand she take it back. But something in her voice, resignation, maybe, or regret, stopped me. I saw the future we'd planned. Our small wedding by the lake, the house we'd buy, the kids we'd raise, crumbling like ash. And yet, a part of me, small and desperate, wanted to believe her, wanted to cling to the love we'd built, even as it fractured. Then go, I said, my voice cold, unfamiliar. See him, but don't expect me to be waiting when you're done. Her breath hitched, and for a moment, I thought she'd cry. Instead, she nodded, her lips pressed into a thin line. She grabbed her keys from the coffee table, the jangle sharp in the silence, and walked to the door. I watched her go, the sapphire ring glinting as she passed under the porch light. The door clicked shut, and I was alone. I sank to the floor, the phone beside me, its screen still glowing with her text. The words blurred as my eyes burned. Not with tears, but with something hotter, sharper, rage, heartbreak, and the dawning realization that I'd never truly known her. In the quiet, I heard my own heartbeat, steady, relentless, a reminder that life would go on, even if trust could not. Hours later, my phone buzzed again. Another text from Elise. I'm sorry. I didn't go. I'm at my sister's. Can we talk? I stared at it, the words a lifeline and a wound all at once. I didn't reply. Not yet. But as dawn broke, gray and heavy through the window, I knew the real betrayal wasn't her leaving. It was the doubt she'd planted, the crack in our foundation that no apology could mend.